IDS, we always see the fintechs are the real competitors, at least in Singapore, because we are a dominant player. We definitely have a leading position. So as a bank, the management set out the 3 strategic initiatives for us to compete with the fintech. So the first one is actually around digital to the core. We have seen a lot of banks actually do a lot of digital, we call it the digital lipstick. It's very fantastic. Customers can submit a request to a digital channel, but behind there's a lot of people doing the fulfillment and all those things. So we talk about digital to the core, we design end-to-end process, which really truly deliver that instant fulfillment experience for our customer. And in fact, one of the things that we are focusing a lot since 2014 is really change the technology stack in the bank. We used to be heavy on mainframe and a lot of proprietary database. So we have actually moved towards OpenStack. In fact, by end of 2017 last year, we have converted about 75% of application to be cloud ready. So far in Singapore, no banks have moved their customer sensitive data to the public cloud, but at least from the infrastructure, from the application perspective, we are ready to go the moment we get the green light to move. But that gives us a lot of, scale and speed. In fact, we are, maybe one of the few banks that reduce our data center and reduce costs because of all this movement to the cloud. Secondly, again, going back to embed the customer journey. We've done quite a fair bit of the customer journey. It's not something new, but we always believe we can do more. So we embrace the journey thinking. We teach more and more our staff because we have a lot of new staff joining as well to make sure that they understand what is the journey thinking, what is the emotional need, how do we address it, how do we design for that. Last but not least, right, one thing is, it sounds a bit interesting. We would like to believe that we are a 26,000 startup, and that's what our dream. We have a workforce of 26,000 across the markets. So we do a lot of things in terms of agile training, and one of the things that we have done recently is we create something called platforms. Because we believe in the future, business is tech, tech is business. So we created 35 platforms around key capabilities. And one of them is around branch and SSP, or order machine. So on the platform, we have a business lead and we have technology lead. So together, we make decisions on where do we invest, what are the things we should focus on, and that's how we create the autonomy and the agility for the different pockets of the bank to make decisions and move forward. So we've done a lot of training to future skill our staff to ensure that we reach that 26,000 startup as a goal. Yeah, so those are 3 things that we believe will help the bank really more prepared in terms of competing against the fintechs, yeah. But nonetheless, data, we didn't talk about data, but data is everywhere. So there's something that we use a lot and we'll keep using it, yeah.
One area where the startups can't really compete with the big banks is the ATM channel, and you mentioned that Singapore is still a cash-heavy society. So where are your priorities in the ATM channel? What are the future developments? You mentioned the video tellers and then next the ATM machines.
Yeah, around ATM, as I shared just now, we have done quite a fair bit of things, but yet we still find a lot more opportunities that we can do. So one area is to look at how do we optimize the service level. As we are very successful in migrating the transaction from over-the-counter, from the branches into the machine, now the machine has some challenges in meeting the service level. So we are looking at how do we do cassette level monitoring, do a lot more preventive maintenance. We really up the service level. That's something that we are trying to do. The other piece happening in Singapore is quite unique because the government wants to actually push for Smart Nation agenda. And one of the things that we will set up is something called a national digital identity. So it will allow banks or certain institutions to tap on the database of the facial biometrics to authenticate customers. So we're also evaluating whether we put that capability in some machine to help our customers to have a better journey. And I shared with some of the people here that it happens to me about 2 weeks ago on a weekend. So I drove to a wet market to shop. Then I realized that I didn't have my wallet. So I managed to find $60 in my car that I shop everything based on that. So that was a journey that I thought it would be nice. I can even don't have my mobile phone. I just walk to the ATM, look at my face, and give me $50. Because we look at even Singapore, the transaction is very, very high. But the fact is, majority of transaction is low value. It's a risk that the bank can consider to take. So that's something that we're evaluating as well. And third one, maybe around CIT. While we do a lot of CIT trips, it's a very busy network, but that piece is still a little bit more primitive. So every morning at 4 o'clock, we will send instruction to our CIT vendors that these are the machines for you to load. Throughout the day, if there's any change in the velocity of the cash withdrawal, we will call them and do some ad hoc arrangement. So my dream is one day we treat the CIT like a Uber driver. They just do just in time. They don't need the whole schedule set out. So one of the things we're working with the CIT vendors, see whether we can pipe our instruction real time to them through API. But the question is, we want to ensure that they can also ingest the message and react real time. So those are 3 things that we are focusing on, among other things.
Very interesting developments. I don't see the facial recognition happening in Europe anytime soon with the GDPR, but yeah. Thank you very much for being here and sharing your experience. And of course, you will also get our beautiful set of espresso cups. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the long journey. Albert Koh, ladies and gentlemen.